Hey, what's up guys? It's Sebastian. So today we're going to discuss Facebook ad inconsistencies and what happens when you get a lot of traffic but not a lot of sales, because this is a problem that a lot of people tend to face. I was on a consulting call yesterday with someone who I've been on frequent calls with, and he presented that issue where his Facebook ads were getting an amazing click-through rate. They had like 2% click-through rate, which was good, but he was not really getting any add to carts or sales, which is pretty obvious why, and I'm going to explain all of that stuff. If you guys aren't familiar with what the issue is, I'll explain all of that, because again, I was once in that position where I had no idea what the cause of this issue was and how I could actually go out and take actionable steps on fixing this problem. So before we get into it, be sure to smash the like button and click subscribe, because I am posting every single day. Now that that is out of the way, let's get into this video. So first we will discuss Facebook inconsistencies. You have to understand Facebook is a bidding platform where it's not like you just set a cost per purchase of $5 and you get them. That's not how it works. It's not like, okay, I want this many sales at this cost a day, give me that, and Facebook doesn't just give you those sales. The reason being, a lot of competition is also trying to get these cheap purchases, which, what does this mean? It's very simple. Your offer or your ad has to be better than your competitors. Your ad has to have a better conversion rate and a better click-through rate to essentially perform better on Facebook. So if your ad performs poorly, you will not get a lot of clicks or add to carts or purchases, simply because Facebook is valuing another advertiser's ads, simply because of the fact that they're structured better and they are performing better, and they are just of more value, if you get what I'm saying. So it's like if you have two ads and one looks professional, one is getting amazing clicks and the offer is good, and then you have one that's kind of like generic and the website is bad, the load time is bad, and you don't have good reviews on Facebook, which one do you think is going to perform better? Most likely this one, because again, it has that credibility. So that's essentially how Facebook is going to tell which one is going to perform well and which one they're going to give more purchases to, because again, it is a bidding platform. Now understand, this doesn't mean your offer has to be crazy and your video ads have to be like you're a billion-dollar company. It doesn't have to be like that. I am just simply saying your ads cannot be terrible and your click-through rate needs to be solid, and you have to have a good click-through rate to purchase rate, which is conversion rate. That has to be good, or Facebook will not give you a ton of clicks because of the fact that you are not a valued website. So understand, if you have a good click-through rate and you have a good conversion rate on your website, you will get purchases, and that's because Facebook will value you. If your website, again, is set up poorly and it's not optimized properly, Facebook, why would they send traffic to your site when they know they can send it to somewhere else where people are actually going to purchase? That's basically what it is with Facebook on their end. Now that's part of it, but the other thing is that Facebook needs a lot of data to understand who your target audience is. So imagine you just have a website and you just tell someone, hey, get me purchases. Or if you start selling a product and you are told from your boss, like, hey, go sell this product, and you don't know your target audience, you will have to do research and stuff and figure out exactly who you're trying to sell the product to before you can get a good strategy refined to start selling stuff on a consistent basis. The same thing works with Facebook. So basically you give them a product and you're telling them, hey, make purchases for this product, here are some interests. So they have a general understanding, okay, this is the target audience potentially, and then they have to go out and learn exactly who your target audience is. How do they learn? Through add to carts and purchases and initiate checkouts and a good click-through rate. All of that stuff matters, which is why essentially if your website is set up better, you will most likely get more purchases on audiences that may not even be like your specific target audience. But if your website is not set up correctly, you will just not get as many purchases because it's not set up properly. Now I've made videos talking about how to set up websites and showing you guys, so if you guys want to see that, I'll leave a little thing up here probably. Hopefully I remember that. I'll leave something up here so you can click it and watch that video, because that is very informative. But that is just one part of it. So how do you get out of those inconsistent day phases? Well, you have to get quite a few purchases, or else Facebook's learning will be limited. So if you've seen on your Facebook ads, you normally have the learning phase, which is when your ads are still learning. And if they don't get enough conversions in 1 week, they will not go into just active mode. They will just go into a learning limited mode, which essentially is saying that they do not exactly know who your target audience is, which in turn they're saying like these ads are going to be extremely volatile for the time being unless you increase your budget or increase your conversion rate, we don't really know exactly who you want us to sell this product to, so we are going to put you on a learning limited ad. And again, we don't know who we're selling this product to, so it's hard for us to get you sales. All right, so while I was editing this video, I realized I didn't go as in depth as I wanted to with the learning phase, so I pulled up the Facebook business help right here, and I'm basically just going to go through it real quick. So basically what they're saying on Facebook is you are going to have inconsistent and unstable ads and have a higher cost per acquisition because Facebook really doesn't know exactly who your target audience is. So when you're running these ads and you are on Learning Limited, you need to wait to edit your ad until it's out of the learning phase, which again takes right here 50 total optimization events in 1 week. I believe it says 1 week. I read that somewhere, but you need to basically not touch your ad and let it run, or else you will stay in the learning limited phase. Now right here it basically says if your ad doesn't get enough optimization events to exit the learning phase, it will just stay in learning limited. And what that means is that your Facebook ads will stay limited and stay inconsistent. So you have to follow all of these tips by, again, avoid high ad volumes because you want to just make sure that you're focusing on quality and use realistic budgets, again, to get 50 total conversions. Avoid edits, really avoid any edits while you're learning because you don't want to edit the budget. You don't want to really edit anything until your ad is just exited the learning phase, because then it will be extremely consistent. Well, not extremely consistent, but more consistent than it is during this phase, because again, this is extremely volatile. So hope this helped, and let's get back into the video. So that's a very tough part with Facebook, because in order to exit that learning limited phase, you have to get 50 conversions on an ad set, one ad set in 1 week, which that's what Facebook recommends. That is a lot. If I'm selling a $100 product, that is $5,000 in revenue per week just on one ad set, which if I'm getting a 2 ROAS, that's $2,500 per ad set that I have to spend in order to have my ads exit the learning phase, which as a beginner, when I started out, I did not have the budget to spend that much on Facebook to get my ads consistently running well. So that is a big reason why most people's ads are inconsistent. Either they're not getting enough conversions, their click-through rate and their conversion rate is just not good enough to where Facebook doesn't value it and thinks that if they send, it's basically like Facebook is saying, if I can send 10 visits to this website and get them a purchase, and I can send this website or 10 visits to Sebastian's website and they're not getting any purchases, why would I send this traffic to Sebastian's website if it's not going to get purchases? I would rather send it to this other website because it is more likely to get more conversions, which is what both advertisers want. I hope that makes sense for you guys. I'm trying to break it down and make it as simple as possible for you guys. I could pull up all the technical stuff, but I want to make it as practical and I guess easy to understand for you guys, because again, this is stuff that you guys need to know if you are running Facebook ads. So that's the first part of this video. If you have days where you're just not generating any sales and your click-through rate is not good and your conversion rate is bad, that's the reason. That's the issues you're facing, or you're just not getting enough conversions in a week per ad set. So what about if you're getting a lot of clicks, you have a great click-through rate and all that stuff, but you're not really getting any add to carts or sales? There is a very simple fix for that, and I'm going to explain exactly what that is. Well, there are a few things it could be, but I'll explain them all. So, number one is your offer is simply not good enough. So let's say you run ads for 1 day and you get 100 clicks on your ad that you're running, but you have no purchases. At 100 clicks, you should get at least 3 to 5 purchases. That is a good conversion rate. That's a 3% to a 5% conversion rate. That's what you want to aim for. Ideally, you want to have as high of a conversion rate as you can, but a 3 to 5% is good. So if you have that conversion rate, you're making money. But if you have no sales, what do you think the issue probably is? I know if I see an ad and I like the product and I click to the site, I have money to buy something if I want it, but if I land on the site and the product or the offer is way too expensive, I will simply just leave the website. I will not even add it to cart or think about buying it once I see the price. Or there's not enough info on the product to where I don't even know exactly what the product does or how it functions or what I get in the package, stuff like that. So this brings me back around to how to set up a product page properly, which again, have a video on that. I'll leave a link right here to click it. That is important. You have to have your product page set up properly to answer all these questions that consumers potentially have. But if you have that done right, then it is most likely your offer. Your price is normally too high, or your perceived value is just not there for what you're trying to sell. On the call yesterday with the guy I was talking to, he was actually explaining to me he was sourcing the product for $11, which at $11 sourced, I would sell the product for $29. That's almost a 3x markup. That's enough room to where I can probably get like $10 cost per purchases and make $10 per sale, almost $10. That's good enough for me. That's a 30% profit. I'm fine with that. So that is what I told him, but he was running the product at $45 or $46, which is way too much for what he's getting the product for. Now, yes, some products you can mark up. So let's say I have a product, because I have a product that's similar to this number. I just don't want to give the exact numbers. But let's say I'm getting it shipped for $50. I have one marked up to $200. And it is marked up that much because the perceived value is there. People are more than willing to spend that much money on this certain product that I'm selling. Other products, I can't really do it like that. I have to only do it like a 3x markup or something like that. Now, it just, again, depends on the product and the perceived value. Now, some other issues with your ads not performing well could be the reviews on Facebook. So people can give you reviews on your Facebook page, and if you have a poor review, like if you have a poor rating, Facebook is going to make your ROAS terrible. They're going to drop it. I was talking with one of my partners on one of my stores, and he was running ads for another store explaining basically how his Facebook got bad reviews and his ROAS dropped from 6 to like 4 in a matter of 3 days, I think like almost a matter of 1 or 2 days. So making sure that your customers are not negatively reviewing your page and your product, that is also pretty critical, because if you have a bad rating on your page, you will not get as good of a ROAS. So in Facebook head, they're like, we're giving these people traffic and sales, but the customers aren't satisfied with the product, which it means maybe the product is not what they expected, or it's just like a dog shit product. Either way, people are negatively reviewing this product. So we are just going to taper down their rating or their ROAS until they get those reviews back up and they have a better rating. Now, how can you increase the rating and all that stuff? You need to make sure you have fast shipping times and your product quality is checked. I mentioned this in the video I believe I discussed yesterday or 2 days ago, where I basically explained if you're selling a product, you need to order it from your supplier, test the quality, test the shipping time, test all of that stuff, because how I like to think about it is if my mom or dad was shopping on this website, would they get pissed off because they were waiting so long for the product and the customer service is ass? Or would they be like grateful that they found this website and are super hyped to get the product and they have no bad experience? Which one? A lot of the people who run dropshipping stores normally would hate if someone that they knew shopped on their website, because they just simply don't have it set up properly. So those are all important if your ads are inconsistent, or if you're getting a lot of clicks and no sales, or if your ROAS has randomly dropped dramatically. Those potentially are the reasons why any of those things are happening. So be sure to take this into account and adjust your ads, adjust your website, adjust your description for your product to add more info, adjust your product price, adjust all of that stuff accordingly, and see if that potentially fixes any of your inconsistencies. So hope you guys did enjoy this video. I'm going to head over to my parents' house because it is Father's Day, so we're gonna go celebrate shortly. So again, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. But hope you guys, again, did enjoy. If you did, smash the like button, click subscribe below, because I'm posting every single day. And if you have any questions or concerns, drop them in the comment section below, or video recommendations. I take those into account quite often. I read all the comments and answer as many as I can. Unless you drop a weird comment, then I definitely will not reply. But other than that, I hope you guys did enjoy, and I will see you guys in tomorrow's video. Peace.